And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, what they thought about it. And
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Joe Brandon, I agree.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Testing. Hello? Is this thing on? Testing. Hello? Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of the Gosh Darn, featuring Max the dog, he's dogging it up. Hey, Max, are you being a dog? All right. Got a show going on today. This is the Above It All show. This is the Sunday show for 10/23, which is today. I'll be doing a little bit of a shorter program today. Got a couple of news stories to share. I mean, you know, stories, clips, fun stuff. You know, all of it. All of that good stuff. Every single good thing imaginable. Got a horror movie review coming shortly. Yeah, so that's got, lots of things. I did a lot of, as I say, a monster dose of marijuana yesterday, and I'm still high, so, bear with me while I recover. We got an actual cloud in the chat, along with Brooke Holloway, Tyler Hackner, Environmental Coffee House, About to Sleep, and many, many more that revolve around me scrolling. Which I'm not scrolling. So we got Mud Joe here. What a show. Anyway, I don't want to beat a fucking goddamn dead horse on this show, which I do frequently. I love talking about the same fucking thing every day. And I know you love listening to me talking about the same fucking thing every day. But, I mean, sometimes something pops up and you just have to. CDC director tests positive for COVID-19. So this is, any excuse, really, to talk about this stupid fucking bitch. I mean, I'm in. Stupid, dumb fuck bitch, folks. Let's keep going. Dr. Rochelle Walensky, director of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, tested positive for COVID-19 Friday. Once again, the CDC director has been publicly tweeting that masks, what's a mask? Who knows? I have never heard of masks before. I covered this yesterday. Just tweeting medical misinformation from the CDC account, tweeting medical misinformation from her own account, from government accounts, official government accounts of the United States, tweeting out medical misinformation. I would even go as far as to say medical disinformation. I personally think that a lot of what's going on is purposeful, and they're lying to us because we're too stupid to really call them out on it. And they know they can kill off a good amount of the dumb fucks and make everyone else dumber. Because I don't know if you've read these studies. Long COVID affects your IQ. Long COVID affects your intelligence. Long COVID affects your personality. Long COVID makes you more, it slows you down. Are you going to lead a revolution when you got brain fog? So this is the perfect opportunity. Now, again, I know I sound like a little bit of a conspiracy guy. A little bit of a, Alex Jones kind of, got the tinfoil. I'm going to, start sounding like Ben Shapiro. But, I'm serious. Why else would they ignore a pandemic like this? I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to, I know Occam's razor suggests that it's just all broad-based incompetence. That's the most likely situation. But, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that the people in charge of controlling disease are purposefully making it worse. Like, it's weird. It's weird, man. It's fucking weird. It's weird. Walensky is experiencing mild symptoms and is up to date on her COVID-19 vaccines. According to a statement released by the agency, Walensky received an updated COVID-19 booster in September. Consistent with CDC guidelines, she is isolating at home and will participate in her planned meetings virtually, the agency said. CDC, senior staff, and close contacts have been informed of a positive test and are taking appropriate action to monitor their health. COVID-19 cases have been falling in the United States as the United States moves into fall. However, experts say cases may begin to climb as they have during the past 2 pandemic winters, especially as several new coronavirus variants began to gain traction. I love this idea that COVID-19 cases are falling. Like, we've been pretty much at a steady, it's kind of like waves, right? Small waves, steady. I don't know, at least since the start of the year, it's been pretty consistently steady. A couple thousand people dying every week. But, if there was 3 less deaths yesterday than the day before, then cases are falling in this country. Who cares about, zooming out? Like, it's like when you look at fucking, like a stock chart, right? If you look at the chart in the 1 day chart, oh shit's falling. Oh my God, look, the line went all the way down. You zoom out, you look at the 2-year chart, 3-year chart, and oh, wait, no, we're just on a steady climb. It's just we're on a small downtrend. But again, Americans are fucking stupid. Americans are goddamn motherfucking stupid. Our leaders are fucking stupid. Dumbass motherfuckers don't understand. Oh shit, 1 person died less than the day before, therefore cases are falling. It's all good. Everything's fine. Who cares about, being concise? Who cares about being accurate? I don't. People who are boosted may have more protection against COVID-19 illness and even infection compared to people who are past due for a booster shot, and significantly more protection than those who haven't been vaccinated at all, past studies suggest. The updated COVID-19 booster shots are bivalent, meaning they target the original coronavirus strain as well as the Omicron BA4, BA5 subvariants. The shots are available for people ages 5 and up as long as they have completed all primary doses in the vaccine series. The booster doses are recommended to given at least 2 months after the last dose of any COVID-19 vaccine and up to 3 months after an infection. Walensky's diagnosis follows other officials who have tested positive for COVID and recovered, blah, blah, blah. I just again, I know I sound like a crazy person, to most Americans, but again, honestly, I don't care what most Americans think. At this point in my life, I don't, I may have had a different outlook, right? January or February of 2020. But at this point, I've seen enough. I've seen enough when it comes to Americans, man. I don't want to, get up here and say it's all over, we're all going to die. But, we live in a country where we have free, universal, effective healthcare, and 95 to 96% of Americans are like, fuck it. Free, universal, effective healthcare. 95 to 96% of Americans aren't interested. I don't know. What do we do? What do we do? I don't. What is, other than the obvious of just sacrificing thousands of people every week to the cult of capital, Once again, I'm going to bring out this one of we look at these ancient indigenous civilizations that would like sacrifice motherfuckers in volcanoes or stab them at the top of a pyramid and watch their blood flow down the steps so that they could have a good like seasonal harvest or some shit. And then we look at like the fucking, you know, Salem witch burnings and all that fucking shit, and we go like, oh man, that's so barbaric. Oh, that's so barbaric. Oh my god, we've evolved so much, but have we? I mean, look at us genetically, biologically. Our DNA hasn't changed in dozens of thousands of years, so we're pretty much the same dumbass motherfuckers that were stabbing bitches on the top of a pyramid, right? Have we really advanced? Have we? I don't think so. We're killing thousands and thousands of people so that CEOs can make some fucking sweet cash. Thousands of people being murdered by this society so that businesses can stay open. What does that mean? Businesses can stay open. What do these words mean? Like, why are we in the, why do we organize our society in such a way that if there's a public health crisis, someone's business could go bankrupt? What? What? So you're telling me there's a public health crisis. It's not like you ran the business poorly or whatever. It's a public health crisis. Shut down. And you're bankrupt and it's over, your life is over, right? Because we all know a lot of small businesses didn't get the PPP loans because most of them were taken up by giant corporations that just lied about their business status, right? So, I don't know, man. Think about it. Like, we live in the dumbest fucking timeline. And again, I will always say this. The Delta is the greatest it's ever been in history. Between the available information that we have as a species, as a global society of human beings, the information scientifically, you know, technologically that we've developed, versus what the average human believes and acts upon, is the widest it's ever been ever in human history. Think about it, right? Like, motherfuckers that were sacrificing those bitches on the top of pyramids and volcanoes, that was their best bet. They didn't have science. You know, they thought, oh shit, the sun god wants to see some motherfucker get killed and then I can get some corn out of it. You know what I mean? Like, they're dumb motherfuckers, but they didn't have science. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have thousands of books, like, you know, that are written off of like years and years of research, you know? Right? They're like, fuck it. We'll just, you know, put a bitch on a stake, watch her blood go down the goddamn pyramid, and then eat some corn. Fuck yeah. You know? Whereas here, we have the solutions. We have the answers. It's all there. We can just look at it, and we don't. We don't. We'd rather kill each other. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy shit, man. Well, anyway, I know this had nothing to do with it, but CDC Director Rochelle Walensky tested positive for COVID. Great leadership from the CDC. Really good stuff. I will say this much. The problem with scientists as an industry, right? You know, how do you become a scientist? Does anyone know how you become a scientist? Right? I can't walk into a laboratory and say, hey, yo, give me some goggles and give me a hazmat suit. I'm going in. Like, that's not... Right? How do you become a scientist? Well, you got to go to college. And how do you become a scientist through college? You got to take a bunch of courses, such as, hey, economics. You got to learn how the economy works, right? When you become a scientist, you have to go through all of these giant institutions that, of course, are centralized, controlled by the rich, right? Now, why do you think so many scientists are libs? Now, think about this, and I say this in the sense of like liberal versus leftist. Why do you think so many scientists are liberals? I mean, yeah, there's leftist scientists, absolutely. I've seen a good number of them. But the overwhelming majority of scientists are liberals. Now, again, even conservatives are a minority there. I mean, I think it's pretty hard to be a conservative and a scientist. But, like, how come scientists aren't all, like, anarchistic or communistic or revolutionary, right? Why don't they? Well, because in order to become a scientist, you have to be institutionalized. You have to go through 10 plus years of liberally controlled institutions. And they teach you about the invisible hand. And Adam Smith was the smartest guy ever made. And Ayn Rand was super intelligent. But, again, so I don't know, I know, I'm not trying to discredit the scientists at all. I'm just saying, they're not going to save us. They can't. They've been institutionalized. It's over, So, there you go. You don't have to learn economics to be a scientist. In order to become a scientist in most industries, you have to get like a master's degree or a bachelor's degree at the very least. And in order to get those in a lot of places, you have to take basic courses. And a lot of the basic courses people take are economics. So I'm not saying it's necessarily required in every institution, but what I'm saying is when you go to college and you try to get the college basic credits or whatever, a lot of the times you end up taking something like economics. So that's all I'm saying there. The general population is hardly anarchistic or leftist, that's why. Well, the general population is fucking stupid. Like, we're talking about scientists. Scientists are ostensibly pretty intelligent. Ostensibly, right? Like, I don't care about the average person. The average person's fucking stupid. The general population, fucking Neanderthals, right? They're dumbass motherfuckers, right? Scientists, they should be smarter. They should know better. So... Hello, M. Darko. How's it going? All right. You ready for the end of the world, folks? Just kidding. It's just the end of America. So this stumbled upon my feed. Tensions high after armed individuals reportedly watch a ballot box in Mesa. This is in Arizona. By the way, it's 69 degrees Fahrenheit in Phoenix, Arizona. So congratulations, Phoenix. Multiple incidents of possible voter intimidation have been reported this week, and the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors released a statement saying they will do anything to ensure a fair election. Sheriff's deputies were called to an incident Friday night at a ballot box in Mesa and said 2 individuals wearing tactical gear were armed. The sheriff's office said the individuals were standing outside the 75 limit at the Maricopa County Juvenile Court building and told Arizona's family they weren't breaking any laws? Told Arizona's family? What the fuck? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. On Saturday night, there were a group of 4 people watching the ballot box in Mesa, and 2 were armed with concealed handguns. There was a confrontation that resulted from the group being there. Arizona's family spoke to an activist. What is Arizona's family? What is that? Oh, that's the newspaper. Okay, that's the newspaper. I understand. Jesus. I'm sorry. Arizona's family, the newspaper, spoke to an activist in a nun outfit who said she went out to the location to watch the watchers and ensure voter intimidation wasn't happening. She said they were covering their license plates with pieces of cloth. And when she tried to take a picture of the license plate, she was grabbed and chased by one of the group members. She said, I just felt fair is fair, and they're videotaping voters' license plates, so I didn't think it was really a big deal to photograph theirs. The activist said she felt like the group was trying to keep people away from the ballot box. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors Chairman Bill Gates, I don't know if this is the same Bill Gates as the one you may be familiar with, and recorder Stephen Riker said in a statement, blah, 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 on a full, blah, 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 blah. Both Gates and Riker said they would do anything to protect voters, election workers, and fair elections. Do anything? Really? Okay. I'll wait for them to do anything. Maricopa County has 12 vote centers, 16 drop boxes inside city and town facilities. These locations are staffed by election workers or city or town employees. Voters also have the option to return an early ballot by mail. The last recommended date to drop a ballot in the mail is November 1st before the election day on November 8th. So that's cool. armed vigilantes with masks blocking their identification and license plates with guns are, just hanging out at the voting boxes. So sounds a lot like something going on in eastern Ukraine. But hey, whatever. It's America, baby. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Right? Anyway, there you go. So that's cool. Ba-ba-ba-ba. It's over. It's done. That's the world. Goodbye. And next up on the show, oh, goddamn nuns. What's worse, nuns or MAGA goons? Jesus, So, I don't want to freak anyone out here, but I'm going to anyway. So this is a clip I saw a couple days ago. And, just watch it, listen, and, this is crazy shit. I don't know what else to say, so check this out.
Every time he talks, he cries. These are the people we have. But
talking
remember
about Jordan
this,
Peterson?
January 6th, this committee, the two things they didn't talk about, two things, was that the people went down there and you could have had over 1 million people. Wow, that's so beautiful. When this whole big group stood up, I said, oh, we have protesters. And you know what? They are protesting. They're protesting what's taking place in our country, and it's so bad and so wrong.
Anyway, it's a little weird that when Donald Trump begins to talk about January 6th, the Patriots start singing, the song of the country, the reason why this is some scary shit is because they have these people, right? The Republican Party and everyone who enables them, including Democrats, these people have already mythologized January 6th. It's already been fully digested, right? It's already been fully understood and processed by these people. And it was a noble event. Ashley Babbitt was a martyr in these people's minds. And January 6th is synonymous with loving America. Think about it. Think about it. This group of patriots thinks that trying to overturn an election and install someone as a king is the most supportive thing that anyone could do in support of the country they call America. I don't know, man. Now, again, I say this. Anybody who's a patriot or that anybody who likes this country is a fucking dumbass motherfucker. I'm talking to the liberals here. Anyone that would put their hand on their heart and pledge allegiance to a flag, dumbass motherfucker. They're already in the bottom tier, right? IQ rating, stupid ass bitches, right? But again, there's an extra space. It's somehow you're at the bottom of the barrel and you got a shovel and you start digging downward, and that's these guys. That's these fucking guys. Again, we're not talking about hundreds. We're not talking about thousands. We're talking about millions of Republicans who have fully metabolized their understanding of January 6th and have come to the conclusion that it is a noble attempt at a second revolution to overthrow Joe Biden? Like, at least, you know, Barack Obama is like a scary black guy. I mean, Hussein, that's a scary name at the very least. But Joe Biden? That's like the evil dictator? Like, again, remember when Joe Biden did that fucking speech or whatever with the red lights and they were all freaking the fuck out? Joe Biden? That's who you're scared of? Really? Really? But, you know, everything's fine. I'm sure the good guys will win. And the arc of justice bends in some direction or some shit. Who cares? Anyway, we're fucked. Bye-bye. Abby Shapiro said she was really scared of Biden becoming president, but just had to trust in God's plan. Jesus. Like, I can understand why a fucking white racist would be afraid of someone like Barack Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, right? That makes sense to me. How you could alienate someone who's like a white racist and then, you know, convince them that Hussein is gonna like fuck you up or some shit, right? But Joe Biden, man, like I literally cannot imagine how someone can be afraid of Joe Biden. Like, I just... Hello, Marek. How's it going? Well, anyway, that's the news portion of the show. I'm doing a short program today. So I want to chillaximum today. Oh, fuck. I'm going to be doing a movie review in a second here, but if anyone wants to post their Q cocks, post your Qs, post your cocks. It's Q cock time, folks. So there you go. I watched a really funny horror movie yesterday, and I can't wait to talk about it. Bye. All right, see ya, bitch. But, yeah, you know, it's a show. It's a show. And, Realon, you missed the stream yesterday. Zero Pain Elemental showed up, and you weren't here to confront him. Where's my fucking popcorn? Where's my entertainment, man? What the fuck? What am I doing October 31st? I don't know. Probably drugs. But, yeah, I don't know. Whip out those questions. I agree with Gary. Andrea inspires me. Excellent. I love to inspire the fellow users. The goddamn motherfucking users. Last night, I finished Muppet Monster Adventure. And so I'll be uploading the last VOD of that to YouTube so you can catch up. It was very fun, and I got really blasted last night. Am I gonna dress up for Halloween? Oh, maybe. I'm not so big into the costume part of Halloween. I mean, I'm moderately into it. I like wearing wacky shit. Like, I got like the skull leggings on right now. Check that out. Whoa, look at that. That's crazy. Right, but I don't really like do costumes. I do like more, you know, relevant clothing material. So, I don't know. Sometimes, like, masks, you know, they're itchy. You ever put on a fucking one of those Halloween? They're itchy, you know. They smell bad. You know, sometimes, you know, I'm open to it. You know, it's just just haven't in a while. But maybe, you know, maybe next time. Andrea's the use that we use. Holy moly. be Max for Halloween. Where the hell is Max? Maxie! Oh, he's roaming somewhere. Maxie. I don't know if you can hear the pitter patter. Check this out. It's Max the dog. So, there you go. Maxie, what the heck are you doing? Why are you shaking? Why are you shaking? Why are you shaking? Why are you shaking? So, that's the Max the Dog portion of the program. Let's jump into a film review. So last night, I checked out a film, a horror film. Some would say this is a horror comedy film. But there's nothing funny about this movie. It's deadly serious. Motherfuckers died in this movie. You know, this crazy shit. Got their heads chopped off. We're talking about Studio 666. And it is a film. It's a movie. It's a motion picture. That is a horror motion picture starring the notorious band The Foo Fighters. They try to record an album at a haunted house, and Ghost, some like demon, like cabal, whatever, basically possesses David Grohl, and he fucks up the rest of the Foos. You know, he eats one of them. You know, it's crazy. I mean, the scene when he's eating that motherfucker, oof, yikes, hard to watch. You know, but damn, I gotta be honest, y'all. I was really high last night when I watched this fucking shit, and I was laughing my ass off. This is a very, very, very funny ass fucking movie. It's hilarious, honestly. One of the best parts about this movie is how every Foo Fighter, except for Dave Grohl, is like barely trying. Like, Taylor Hawkins, not even really trying at all. I read somewhere that he just like ad-libbed most, if not all of the lines. I love it. It's great. Rip, by the way. My favorite Foo Fighter in this movie is probably Pat. I think he's really funny in this movie. He probably tried to be the funniest besides Dave Grohl, and I think it's great. The thing about this movie that's so excellent is that it's baked in cheese, right? Like, you know, this movie is going to be cringy and cheesy. Jumping in, it satisfies it. You know, there's a bunch of the epic music references that we all love, and it's a bunch of epic slasher and ghost and horror film references. You know, Evil Dead references, paranormal movie references. You know, there's like a Halloween reference, and they just like, to me, this movie is like, you know, they just took everything they like about cheesy horror movies and threw it in. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. The story doesn't really make any sense, right? But it doesn't have to. It's just fun. It's fun. It's a fun fucking movie. So basically, they're trying to record their 10th record, and their manager tells them to go to this haunted house to do it. And they're like, fuck yeah. And so they're at the haunted house, and immediately some motherfucker gets electrocuted, and they're like, all right, let's keep going. And then, you know, Dave Grohl is getting like writer's block. He can't figure anything out. He's wandering around this haunted house, stumbles upon a record in the basement, and he's like, damn, this is some good stuff. And so then listening to the record in the basement creates like a situation where a ghost possesses him. Then Dave Grohl's a demon, and then he starts fucking up the rest of the Foo Fighters, but not before trying to finish the song. Because the whole movie is about like trying to write this record, but then it turns into like a 45-minute song that's like super epic, right? And but the song is actually like a way to summon evil or something, you know? Like, you know those chants or whatever, you read a chant from a book? Like, imagine that, but it's a song, right? It's a great movie. I don't know. It's so cheesy, but like, and the effects are so cheesy. I love it. Like, probably one of my favorite scenes is near the end where for whatever reason Pat is trying to hotwire a car from underneath and then gets his head like ran over by the tire. In the way like the effects looked, it was just extreme. Again, maximum cheese. Like, we're talking like, you know, like when you're in like a character creator in like a role-playing game and you have the sliders, right? Imagine there's a cheese slider and it's all the way up, because that's this fucking movie and it's great. And then you got like the fucking like neighbor who's like a huge fan of the Foo Fighters and is annoying the shit out of them all the time. But then like also she knows about like the ghost story and she tries to warn them and she like fails to do so. She ends up getting killed. I mean, like this, and when she gets killed, by the way, that's a great fucking scene, because there's like, you know, they're fucking, and like there's like a chainsaw that comes out of the bed. It's crazy shit, man. This is a great movie. I gotta say, I was sufficiently and significantly entertained watching this film. And so anyway, like they exercise or excise. Is it like, you know, it's exorcism, right? Like, is it exercise or is it excise? I don't know. What is it? When you get the ghost out, right? Like, what is that called? Like in the active sense, I don't know. Anyway, Dave Grohl gets exorcised, and so he's like, whoa, what the hell, you know, what happened? And then there's like the demons they're coming out, and then there's the giant demon fight, and then there's a pool, and the water turns green for whatever reason. Who knows? I love it. This is a great movie. Again, I mean, it's just, it's fun. It's a fun movie to watch from start to finish. And like a lot of this movie is, you know, again, it's music based, right? Like he goes to the basement, he finds like a record by like some other like ghost band or some shit. But like, you know, in reality, in the real world, like the Foo Fighters actually got together to record an album, and released it under like a pseudonym, which they used as the record in the basement in this movie. So like, you know, they really made 2 records in this kind of whole thing. So it's really, it's just great. That's right. There is a John Carpenter cameo in this film who just shows up and he's like, you know, he's doing some hardcore mixing, and then he goes away and he's just looking badass. There's a lot of cameos in this movie. There's a lot of them. You know, it's kind of hard to keep up with. I didn't catch all of them. Because I'm an uneducated, uncultured piece of garbage, I'm sure. But there's, you know, it's just a great movie. If you like the Foo Fighters, or even if you don't like the Foo Fighters, but like you're moderately into that kind of genre, you will love this film. If you like horror movies, you will love this film. If you like cheesy movies, you will love this film. If you like funny movies, you will love this film. This is a film for everybody, honestly. It's a film for everybody. Except your grandma. Maybe your grandma won't like this film, or maybe she will. I don't know. All I know is I had fun watching this. It's a fun movie. The kills are creative. I love the kills. Like, again, Pat's death is really funny. You know, Taylor Hawkins' death, you know, which also rip, bad timing. But his death is really funny. He gets his head cut in half by, like, a symbol. Crazy shit, man. Crazy ass shit. But, you know, again, and don't forget, like, the fucking Dave Grohl eating a human carcass scenes. That's fucking gross. I mean, as a vegetarian, I don't like people eating meat to begin with. But human meat, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, human meat I'm a little bit okay with. But anyway, it's just a great movie. I don't know. Check it out. And let me know what you think. It's really good. I saw it on Stars. What the hell is Stars? I don't know. It's a channel. What is a channel? I don't know. What do these words mean? I have no idea. Anyway, check out Studio 666. I loved it. I thought it was funny as hell. And that's it. It's a good movie, and it's one of those movies I'd probably watch again. So there you go. Highly recommended. But that's the show for today. I mean, I'm done. I'm finished. The show is over. Is it free? If you have Stars, it's free. But yeah, like I said, I'm doing a short show today. I'm trying to chill for the rest of the day. I'm looking to chill. You know, has anyone ever chilled before? You know, I'm just sitting, You know, my arms like this, you know, on the couch. You ever sit with your arms like this? You know, yeah. I'm chilling. I'm chillaxing. Even? Chillaxing. As well as chilling. And yeah, so if anyone has anything they want to say, now's the time, I guess. Hit me up. Doom today? I mean, I will of course be uploading and have already posted some runs this morning on my new Doom channel. So of course subscribe if you haven't. It's extremely important. You gotta do it. But I'm not gonna do a Twitch stream, anything like that. That's not happening. Oh shit, 0 PE. Is Riolon still here? Can we get the Face Off? Not to be confused with Face Off starring Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. Like the inner sub that I am. Excellent, excellent. Goddamn, Riolon, this motherfucker. I swear to God, this guy. Anyway, that's the show. I'm gonna leave y'all in a state of confusion. Have a good one. I hope you enjoyed the short program, you know. I feel bad when I do a short program, but I shouldn't. It's better than no program. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. That's it. Goodbye. Trying to okay, there we go.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. I went in yesterday and there was a television screen and I said, this is genius. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
That will enhance our underlying effort to accommodate the Russian oligarchs and make sure we take their ill-begotten gains. We're going to accommodate them. We're going to seize their yachts, their luxury homes, and other ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Kleptocracy. The guys who are the kleptocracy. But these are bad guys.
But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines and that they're defective devices, okay?
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp.